morning. What you get for $2 million in Santa Clara County, as well as existing home sales in Santa Clara County and the 12 Bay Area counties, including Santa Cruz and Monterey. Today's rates, what you get for $1 million, and a little quick look at Measure E again. What else are we going to do? I thought I had this. Yeah. Okay. No, it's right here. Okay. And then also Homeowners Association thing here too. We'll go into this real quick. I talked about it last week. I think it's important that we raise awareness about this. I am an avid, annoyingly avid person against HOAs. I know we need to have them. It's kind of like a necessary evil. And I think ultimately it's a good thing if it's done correctly and it's provided for in the future. They need to look at funding the HOA, the association, and the property for the next 20 years and what that 20 years is going to look like, including hyperinflation, like where we're going. And the dangerous part about this right now is that it's a majority of the HOAs that people sit in. It doesn't matter what size your condominium is. If it's a brand new housing development or something that's been around for 20, 30 years, you have to really pay attention to HOAs. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is whenever I sell into an HOA, meaning I'm representing a buyer, I require them to have an HOA audit by a third-party auditor, and we have that service available. And yes, it costs money, but you know what? I'd rather you be aware of what you're buying and decide yes or no on $500 versus spending $800,000, $1 million, $2 million on a condo in downtown San Jose, where all of a sudden you get hit with a $40,000, $50,000 assessment because they don't have their reserves up, and all of a sudden something happens. Foundation issue, major plumbing issue, etc. My first house had an HOA, and I was on the board for 7 years. They wouldn't let me go until I actually sold it. And I know the internal workings of it. And our HOA was completely funded. You're supposed to be funded based on the goal by 90% at least. And a lot of these HOAs are not funded correctly. You're going to see some that are funded to 60 and 70%. And that's precarious for every owner in that complex because assessments will come and there's nothing you can do about it. And yes, you have the obligatory Karen that pokes her nose into every piece of business you're doing on your property, but that's not the point. I mean, that's the abusive part about it. The dangerous part is you need to know what you're buying when you're buying a condo or a house in an HOA. You need to know. And I don't have that expertise. That's why we go to a third-party auditor. It's the same reason why we do home inspections, because I'm technically a layman. I can point stuff out, but it's not my purview. It's not my expertise to show you everything about what's wrong with the property. And no house is perfect. You can go into a brand new house and I can show you, cracks or wavy walls or whatever. A home inspector is going to go in and take a look at all these things, and that's what their job is. They do 2 or 3 of these a day, and they know what they're looking for. They've been educated on how to look for certain things like broken air ducts and machines or appliances that don't work and switches and all that stuff. I can look at it, but it's not really it's not my strength. So I bring in people that are strong at doing it. So when we look at HOAs, I highly recommend that we spend $500 and have that HOA audited. They look at all the documents. They look at the reserves and all the fees that are collected and the accounting and the insurance and how much they're paying the HOA and all this other stuff. And they give you a report telling you, yes, this is a good HOA, or this one's going to come up and have a $50,000 assessment in the next 5 years, just so you know. So be aware. This link is down here in my blog, and it's available for you to read. It's something that you should be very aware of if you're planning on buying a condo or a house in an HOA. I'm looking at buying a house possibly for my parents in Las Vegas because they're older and they're in Knoxville and they're just getting older. So we're moving them closer to my sister so she can help manage them or help them out. I don't know if that's going to work or not. Just we're in the preliminary talks right now. It's just research, and the number one thing I'm looking at is no HOAs, which cuts down in Las Vegas. Like 80% of the housing is in an HOA. So unless there's something done completely different, the way they manage it, I would say let's move you into a house. Okay, mortgage rates today, 15-year at 5.5, 30-year VA, and 38-year FHA is 5.6. Jumbos are 6.5. It's just what it is. Everything went up just a tad bit. And these are non-quoted rates. What I would suggest is if you're thinking about refinancing or buying a house is take a look at these and then also talk to a loan broker. I have a list of loan brokers that can help you out and happy to share them with you. What you get for $2 million in Santa Clara County. Redmond Ave, not my listing. This is a 5-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 2,300 square feet, built in 1965. And this one is right on Redmond, which is a semi-busy street. It's a filter street. Like this is a main avenue right here. I think this is, what is this? Coleman and Redmond, right? So let's take a look at the condition of this house. I have a feeling that it's a little, I don't know, it's nice. Nicely staged. Older tile in the kitchen. Yeah, so, dual pane windows. I've sold this model many times. It's a great layout. It has a nice pool. So, but you see, when you see the two lines right there, that means it's a busy street. So that's a negative to this. So, houses in Almaden are usually about 2.2 to 2.5. And that's a nice picture of the crack of the driveway, but it is what it is. So there you go. What you get for $1 million, 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,200 square feet, about half that size as before, built in 1959. So this one's 6 years older. And this one is in 95123. No, where is this? Oh, Hellier. 95111. That's Capitol Expressway, 101 and 87 right there. And this is a standard ranch house. Original. Looks like I think that was foil. That's foil. So it was updated, not upgraded or remodeled. Staged. Yeah, that patio needs a little bit of love. But there you go. That's what you get for $1 million in San Jose. Measure E. I know this is I keep beating this dead horse, but my postulation, my theory is that Measure E prevents our housing in San Jose from going higher in a major way. And here's the chart. We do sell houses that are over $2 million. I'm showing you that one in Almaden, and that's a lower end version of what you can get in Almaden, but it's still at $2 million. If you sell it at $2 million, it's $6,600 conveyance tax. If it's, if it's $1,999,999, it would be $6,600. Right at $2 million, you have to pay a conveyance tax and a transfer tax. At $2,001,001, that conveyance tax goes away, and then you pay the transfer tax of $15,000. That's the way Measure E is. That extra money is supposed to go towards housing affordability and homelessness. And here's a breakdown of where that money is. And I can tell you they raised, I want to say $56 million in fiscal year 2023. They spent 18 million of that. So they have a surplus. And this is where all the money went to. Homelessness prevention, rental assistance, homeless support programs, creation of new affordable low housing units. This one right here, I wanted to take a look at. Did I get this? Oh, yeah. I took a look at this, and this is what the site looks like right now. You can barely see it, right? This is what the site looks like. They're going to tear that down, and I'm kind of excited about this, right? This is what it's going to look like. I don't know how they're going to do it, if that's going to work. I have no idea, but they got a $3 million grant to do this, and it's great for the cultural community, and it allows people to have a nice cultural club for the Black community, and I think that's wonderful. I'd love to see this be successful. I'm excited to see this come to fruition. Same thing with the Quetzal Gardens. They got $2.6 million. And then administration fee, which is 5% of their spending, goes to San Jose, because San Jose always takes 5%. That's their VIG. It's like the mafia, they always have a handout. They always get their 5%, period. Administration allocation of 5%. And then this is how it's supposed to be allocated and how that money's going out. So I dug into this. It's actually right here. You can dig through this annual report. Again, the link is in my blog, so go take a look at it. Okay. So am I a fan of Measure E? I don't know yet. I think it's hindering our values of home prices compared to other cities in Santa Clara County. You see a majority of the houses here are going up and up and up. You go to Campbell or Los Gatos or Mountain View, and you see houses pop over 2.5 million, 3 million, no problem, right? It's just, but I understand the value behind it, because you're getting something for the community, and I'm a strong advocate for the community, especially when it drills down and it builds these beautiful buildings for the communities, right? As long as it strengthens the community, I'm all for it. I'd like to see that money get pushed further and see what happens. So keep track of that. The 12 Bay Area County months of inventory, we're still doing really healthy. I think that's Napa still. Napa has been pretty slow at the pickup. It's one of the best places to buy a house is in the Bay Area. The problem is it would take you about 2 hours to get to Silicon Valley Job. So that's a negative, right? And again, we're not seeing any hockey puck thing or hockey stick movements here, so we're still doing well. And I think this is Montecito. Yeah, Montecito is going a little bit slow, but if you look at how many we have, there's 11 whole houses for sale there. So it's not really an indicator of anything. And what is this one? This is San Martin. There's 4 houses. Yeah, 4 houses for sale in San Martin. So, and it's such a small city, it really doesn't matter. So we're about, on average, about 2 months to sell all the properties. But if you look at the individual cities like Cupertino or Campbell or even San Jose, we're far below 2 months, and we're still a pretty healthy market. Things are slowing down. They're slowing down. I can tell you that right now. We're not seeing inventory go up. We're not seeing a massive amount of home sales happening. We're still seeing a very steady, I can't say trickle, flow of houses getting on market, getting into contract, and getting sold. It's just not the firestorm we had 3 years ago. So there you go. Okay. All right, that's it for now. Have a great weekend. I want to wish a happy birthday to my daughters. They're turning 18 on Saturday. I'm Vito with Abitano. We'll see you out there.